Holy. It's your boys.
Here we are.
Oh,
Who are you guys?
We finally dug out of that blizzard in December. We finally got out.
It's a really shitty end of the season. We were in depression mode.
Diamond Dave, Jake, and I'm Zach. Welcome back to Mad Men Sports.
we're gonna get copyrighted in our first episode back, Dave.
That's why we're back, to get copyrighted.
The cause of ruckus.
Let's talk about it, huh?
What do you want to talk about?
Are we in the depths? Oof. Are we in the depths of the off season right now for Bills fans? Is this our lowest of the low in the last 3 years?
I don't know, make sure you
In terms of off season, yeah. We're back, so sub, like, and comment. But it seems like we're coming off a lull right now.
Is that a controller
It's,
you got there?
it's almost like we hit an iceberg.
We're down under. We're in the dumps. We had the DeMar Hamlin thing. We had the Patriots up. So we're talking about roller coasters. DeMar Hamlin low. Patriots brought us back up. Barely beating a seventh string. Losing. Diggs yelling at Josh Allen in that loss. Free agency didn't go horribly. We freed up a bunch of money.
Damian Harris.
Brought in some key pieces like Damian Harris, Connor McGovern,
Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd. That was a more recent one.
That's the,
Lost Tremaine Edmonds. Brought back Jordan Poyer.
Lost Isaiah McKenzie.
paid Ed Oliver a shit ton of money.
We gave away Isaiah McKenzie. I would have paid him a lot less as well. And now we're into
We drafted a hell of a tight end,
we
supposedly.
got good. We got good in the draft.
Dawson Knox.
We went in the draft. We got Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
We got Osiris Torrance.
Which
We got Dorian Williams, another third-round linebacker.
Leslie Frazier has left us.
Who's other undersized. We
Did
have,
he leave us or did we leave him?
again, in the depths, we got Stephon Diggs doing what?
Family Feud?
We have Leslie Frazier coming, leaving, whatever.
Got McDermott putting it all on his back.
Yeah, I mean,
do or die for him.
This is different than the last couple off seasons for sure.
For real?
Yeah, for real. So let's kick it off with the draft, I guess. What did you guys think of the draft? Do you guys have anything stuck out to you? You know, we have some real good talent brought in. I think this is one of the better, quick turnaround drafts. If I had to give it a quick turnaround grade, I think we went right for need, and I think we got some valuable pieces on the offense for once, which is kind of nice.
I'm glad we gave Josh Allen some playmakers and didn't draft a defensive lineman in the first round.
That's a nice pick-me-up, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good experience
yeah.
with that offensive lineman we drafted.
Yeah, Torrance, I think is going to make a huge difference on the right guard or left guard, wherever they decide to play him. Because we have Quentin Williams in the division. We have Christian Wilkins. We play Chris Jones this year, DJ Reader. There are good defensive tackles on our schedule. We needed to get better at guard. I mean, the thing that I keep playing over and over and over again this offseason is Roger Saffold.
Getting dog walked.
It was terrible. It
I'm
wasn't
sorry,
even dog
is he
walk.
still on the roster?
No, he couldn't even move. Talk about dog walked, buddy. He didn't even move out of his stance.
So who's their starting guards going to be? McGovern?
McGovern and Torrance, and I think Bates will be the backup for
Bates
Morris.
about to start, right?
I don't think it sounded like that. I think it sounded like we got Dawkins, McGovern,
Spencer Brown.
Morris, and then we have Torrance coming in from the rookie class, and then Spencer Brown, or they could go back to Quisenberry because Spencer Brown
Quisenberry.
not great, or they just got they got Brandon Shell from the Dolphins, who's the starting right tackle for the Dolphins, who is not their worst offensive lineman, which is nice to not get somebody's worst offensive lineman, because I think we got Tennessee's worst offensive player ever last offseason, so that's a nice breath for sure. Dalton Kincaid, great pickup, I think. They're calling him a big slot. They're talking about 11 and a half personnel. Him and Dawson Knox add to the tight end room. They've been looking for the tight. They've been saying they've been looking for the tight end room, and all they've done to bring into the tight end room is O.J. Howard. So
What was it?
How hard are you
looking? Dalton Kincaid had more touchdowns in a game than Dawson Knox almost had in his whole career.
his whole senior year, yeah, and it's definitely his whole career.
Does this spell trouble for Knox, or are they really going to fit in two tight ends all season?
I think we'll see a lot of Dalton Kincaid out wide, more so than we've ever seen probably before since Scott Shannon.
I've never seen Dalton Kincaid outline into the Bills, so I'll definitely take that.
Well, I
Accustomed
think
to with
I think
tight ends.
the goal is to make him the Cole Beasley of 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
I think it'll spell bad for Knox in 2 years. Not this year, not next year.
It's on the extension. I
But
think.
after 2 years, I think it'll come to the point where he isn't out in his contract. It's time to re-up on some players that we need. We're gonna need that money. We're gonna need to make that work a little bit better than what he's bringing us. Justin Shorter, big wide receiver out of Florida. Looks like DK Metcalf with his build because he's huge. But there may be some inabilities there that he might be facing in terms of route running. You know, some reports say he was kind of invisible in that offense. But I think Josh Allen can make anyone visible. I mean, we're talking about Duke Williams,
Deontay Thompson.
Yeah, where's Robert Foster nowadays, right?
Where's Reuben Foster now?
Here, I'll ask this: what's the biggest offseason move the Bills made, Jake?
Oh,
We didn't even get the I guess we're in free agency. Go for it.
it's an interesting question, David.
Biggest off-season move. Ooh.
Does that
Why
have
don't
to
you
be
kick
free
us
agency?
off?
Well, I think the most interesting is the Legend Frazier thing.
No.
The
Just the
biggest
players.
one,
Just the players.
Damian Harris. I think Damian Harris is going to end up being the one back. I think he's very good. He's very underrated.
Over James Cook?
A little concerning to me because the Bills went very running back heavy with Latavius Murray too, which I don't actually think makes the
Probably
team.
not making the team.
They went very running back heavy,
I think they stashed him on a practice squad.
Let me find one.
and with the NFL rule changes, it kind of makes Nyheim Hines a little not useless, but more not around much. I think. So I think Damian Harris is going to end up being the primary back. I think it's interesting though because we were a passing team. I think we still are a passing team, but it looks like the Bills want to run the ball a little bit,
I think they want to be able to run the ball more
which
effectively.
might be the reason why Diggs was so angry.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. Jake, who do you think is the bigger off season?
I'm gonna say the most interesting,
Acquisition.
not super positive. I think we kept the wrong defensive player. I understand different positions, different needs,
Whoa.
different markets.
Who should we have got?
I think we should have made a play for Tremaine Edmonds over Ed Oliver. Like I said, different scenarios, different things.
Well, there's a way you could have kept both, but
For sure, I would have been fine with getting rid of Ed Oliver and keeping Tremaine Edmonds because it didn't seem like we addressed the linebacker position.
they
as
finally
much as I wanted to. Obviously, we have Leonard
they
Floyd.
finally got sick of me complaining about
He
Edmonds.
led my Madden franchise team to a Super Bowl. But other than that, I think he's
On the Rams or on the Bills?
the Rams. Like the Rams as the Rams.
Why are you playing as the Rams?
On your business. I like their jerseys.
I would probably say if I had to go, is probably Dalton Kincaid. I think it's an interesting move to finally see Bean draft an offensive player for the first time since Josh Allen. Finally investing in that side of the ball with control. The biggest thing about offense is the draft is low cost players, and then in the first round with control, because you can add that 5th-year option on with that first year. That's why I almost think with outside of like a playmaker like Diggs, you're almost never getting rid of a first-round pick for anything because you need that 5 years of control. Exactly. That's how you build teams: is hitting on your picks, keeping your controlled years. I think Dalton Kincaid's interesting. I think he's going to be better than most people expect. I'm not expecting 80 catches.
Yeah, what's his ceiling? Let's have a little conversation.
For his rookie year?
No, his career. Like, what is he?
Oh.
Who's going to be his closest comparison?
I mean, we
Is it
want
George Kittle? Are we going Travis Kelce? Are we talking like a serviceable like?
I don't think
Jimmy
he'll
Graham?
block as well as Kittle. I think pound for pound, well-rounded, true to the position tight end. I think George Kittle is the best tight end in the league. In terms of receiving tight ends, I think it's not even close with Kelce.
For sure.
I hate this because it's been said, but it's probably a mix of Zach Ertz for him. Just because I'm not going to rely on him to be the best tight end blocker.
I don't think you need him to be.
But I want him to be able to make a play, make a catch. I think he's going to be better than Zach Ertz, though. I really can't. I think we're heading into an era. I think he's going to be what everyone thought Kyle Pitts was going to be.
I got one for you. I think he's going to be a lot like Jason Witten. Never the number one guy, always dependable every single year. Pro Bowl / All-Pro some years. He doesn't need to be because the Cowboys had Des Bryant, they had CeeDee Lamb, they had some guy I'm not thinking of. We don't need him to be the one guy. That's the biggest thing. We have Diggs and hopefully someone in the future. And we still have Knox. And we paid Knox a lot of money. And I think Knox will at least be here for 3 years.
I didn't give him $1.
I think it's a lot compared to.
I'm not a billionaire.
I think it's compared more to what the Eagles did with when they had
Billionaires
Ertz.
down right now.
When they had Ertz and Dallas Goddard. I think it's a lot like that.
Maybe more so like Goddard for him, because I really think that when it's going to be pound for pound, we're going to be really that Knox contract is going to get worse as the weeks go by when the season starts.
Especially when you have them playing like 10% of the snaps.
Yeah, I think Kincaid overtakes him by the end of this year, just in pure talent. I do think that Kincaid is talented 10 times on Knox. I don't even think the talent level is equivalent.
Damn, is he going to supersede Pete Metzler?
Yeah,
I would hope
he
so.
could.
What's
I just think that Kincaid is a true tight end. He showed it in college. I don't care about what the defensive skills are there. He showed it in college that Dalton Kincaid is a legit tight end. Dawson Knox was a project third rounder
Yeah,
with like 36 catches or 60 catches in college, and he didn't even play it in high school. I mean, we're talking about that versus a true tight end. It's not even comparable. I think Kincaid will make Knox useless in no time at all.
Dawson Knox is actually very inconsistent too. He goes like 2 games without his name being.
last year.
Last year he dropped that ball against the Dolphins, which I think would have really put the game away.
And I'm not just saying that
Right
because
before halftime.
we just grabbed Kincaid now. He's always been inconsistent.
But Knox is getting there. I'm trying to trust him more. That one catch he did have against the Dolphins was awesome. But I think
Playoff catch?
I think Kincaid blows him out of the water. You were at that game.
I was at that game.
He was at that game.
It was a good game, fun
Yeah,
game.
you were at the game.
It was a fun game.
It
It
was
was
a
a
fun game.
terrible game.
Why? Because it was cold?
It was close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A field goal game against a 7th round pick.
Wild card Patriots game.
That was the great race.
Well, I mean, if we have time, can we talk about the most disappointing offseason move? Or are we already done that?
Well, what do you got, baby?
Yeah, what didn't you like?
I really hate, I've been vocal about this, I really hate how McDermott's in charge of defense now. That's putting all the pressure on him. Say the outside
But
chance,
that's fine.
say the outside
That's
chance
fine.
the Bills don't make the playoffs.
Oh my god.
You start talking about, is McDermott the guy? But he's
The
gonna.
Bills don't make the playoffs.
But that's he's comfortable with it. He's made that decision. I'm okay with that. He thinks he can do it. Let him do it. And if it doesn't work,
Is his track record really that good as a defensive coach?
they got him a head coaching gig.
Let him cook.
They got to a Super Bowl.
We trusted the process. He got us there. I don't think he's ever going to be the guy who get us over the hump.
We're gonna find out right now. I don't think it's the worst move. I do think that the worst move was probably not bringing in a wide receiver that I trust. I think Kincaid can be your whatever. That was a whole conversation. Weapon. He is a weapon, but I needed a wide receiver. I mean, we saw what happened post Davis hurting his ankle. The inconsistency was rampant after that. He hurt his ankle in practice that week. It was never the same. We needed a number 2 wide receiver. We did not receive one.
Is he back to being a threat this year, Gabe Davis?
I think so. Listen, when he's on, he's on. You think of that Colts game in the playoffs? Toe tap. Even the Dolphins game.
Steelers game.
Chiefs game?
Steelers game. He's had games. We need to find him consistency, and he better find it because his payday's coming up. Him having a consistent year this year is the difference between a $12 million a year contract and a $21 million a year contract, and not from the Bills, but just in general. 32 teams.
We got a new stadium coming. I don't think you and I are paying a dime.
I can't afford.
I think I am paying.
I can't afford Gabe Davis.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's
You
not.
don't end up on
What'd you guys
bottom.
think of the schedule when it was launched?
I mean,
A lot of
it's
primetime
almost
games.
The same as last year. honestly.
I think more primetime games. I think we had 3 home primetime games.
Oh god. A lot of late nights.
A lot of
I miss 1 o'clock games. That's what I think. I think it was much easier when we sucked, but I mean we're in the spotlight.
I like early season home primetime games. I like that cool breeze you get. Now it's freezing, obviously. It seems like we have a lot of away games later in the year, right? Am I bugging
Well, isn't
myself?
that a good thing though?
No, for sure. I hate sitting out in the cold.
Well, the Dolphins game flipped. That's the biggest thing. Having the Dolphins at home.
I think that shows up a sweep. I think.
I think that's possible. It definitely plays to the Bills' favor a little bit more.
Yeah, they didn't like the NFL playmakers did not like that.
Absolutely. And, I like the schedule. I think it plays well. I like the early Jaguars game in London out of the way.
Yeah, I wish we weren't going to London. No Thanksgiving, right?
No Thanksgiving, no holidays.
Week 1 against the Jets on Monday Night Football.
On Monday Night Football, yeah.
9/11.
It's boring. Every like
Jets games are so
every
boring.
season opener for the Jets has been super boring.
Yeah, the Vegas is the home opener. I like that one.
Yeah.
We play the Bengals and the Chiefs again away. That ticket's gonna be crazy once that comes home eventually.
Selling tickets.
No, I'm going. I haven't seen Patrick Mahomes in real life yet.
Oh,
You guys consider going on an away game at all?
yeah, I did last year.
I guess I technically did.
I guess together, I mean.
Maybe. We'll see. When do they play Detroit next?
3 years.
Like Pittsburgh's possible,
It
and
would be in Detroit, so we're talking 6 years.
a Cleveland game's possible.
I'm not going to Cleveland.
Cleveland blows. The stadium being an away fan's terrible.
Pittsburgh gets kind of mid.
Whatever.
Nice stadium.
But let's wrap it up. Put a bow on it with the Stephon Diggs talk. We give one take on it. There's been fucking 100 of them. Give me one take on Stephon Diggs.
The only right answer is I don't care.
It's June.
You
I don't
shouldn't
care. Okay. What do you got?
Trauma clean, but he'll be fine.
My take on it is that let this play out in June. Come September, let's get the right things going.
Show up, don't show up at practice. You're gonna catch 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns anyways. It's fine.
Are we back consistently, guys?
Yep.
For now.
Every Wednesday. Talk to you soon,
For
guys.
now.
Except for next Wednesday.